So let me now come to the chairman of the Transport Committee. Honorable J. Mensah, you have 10 minutes.
Thank you so very much, Right Honorable Speaker. And I want to thank you for the opportunity to contribute to the motion, the Sona. Mr. Speaker, allow me also to commend the President for that wonderful presentation. And if there is any time that a Sona had been presented by a certain president, it was that time, last Friday. It was full of truthfulness, it was accurate, it was full of satisfaction. And I could see in the faces of our colleagues here that they listened with rapt attention. They were indeed mesmerized. Mr. Speaker, even when this man was presenting this Sona in humility, his composure and everything with rapt attention I saw in them. So when they took the cocoa pots in their hands, especially when he was in the tent or he was in the angle of the road sector, they were all listening in rapt attention. Mr. Speaker, this is a man who, when he is talking about road matters, he did that at that time without any emotions. Because we are in this country where for 8 years we had several prescriptions for our road conditions. Year of roads 1, year of roads 2, year of roads 3, and we couldn't have anything to show. Mr. Speaker, I say that the presentation regarding or in respect of road sector was satisfactory because I've been monitoring all the radio stations, FM stations, and I've never cited any negative comments regarding the road sector. This is a president who inherited over 104 billion total commitment of the road sector. He never lamented. Debt to contractors, over 21 billion. He never commented. He never lamented, except for him to start paying the debt. As we speak now, over 10 billion Ghana cedis has been paid to contractors. These monies were those that were awarded we inherited from the MPP, and the finance minister has been instructed to ensure that these payments have been done. It's ongoing. Mr. Speaker, the president was very clear in his prescription, on our rules condition, how to get them sorted out. And that is where we have the big push. Mr. Speaker, the president was very clear here that 50 major roads have been placed under the big push in the program. These major roads are that touches everywhere, every part of this country. There's 16 regions. And I could see in the face of our colleagues, they were nodding their heads because you have these roads in all your areas. Mr. Speaker, over 21 major roads that were given out on contract by the previous administration had also been cut up or brought up into the big push agenda. That is 23 major roads costing over 15 billion. So the 50 projects that has been given out also cost about 50 billion. So together, about 65 billion has been invested in the road sector. And with the 50 projects, 50 major roads, they are in various stages of progression. And by the end of 2028, we will see what is actually in there. This is very commendable. And I expect my colleagues to commend the president for this wonderful performance. Mr. Speaker, the president was very clear, putting life into existing rules. The Tamamoto way was talked about. And according to the president, and the records are there to show, the project is now in the completion of 32%. On this road, we have 4 lanes here and there, and the external 3 lanes also going through. In Tetakwashi, it was very clear Tetakwashi is going to be remodeled to the level of modernity. Mr. Speaker, the president was very, very clear, and that is what I expect the commendation from the MPP side here. The Accra-Kumasi Expressway. The Accra-Kumasi Expressway is that road is going to be one of the best networks in Africa, shortening travel time to Kumasi by 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and from Accra to Kumasi is about 198.7 kilometers. That is going to be the President Mahama's legacy. And I think that the last time I was talking about this, I said that road should be named after the President Mahama Expressway. And the assurance is also that the existing road is still being attended to, and that is what we need. We are bringing modernity into the whole scheme. Mr. Speaker, it is also important to be honest with ourselves. President Mama has made it very clear. The toll booth, the toll that you abolished, by the minister has been instructed, cabinet has been instructed, has instructed the minister to ensure that by the end of the year, we see the toll booth also working very clear. Mr. Speaker, in the transport infrastructure sector, the president assured us, and it's very clear, putting life into the aviation sector. Now, the plans are on the way to establish the airliner, the Ghana airliner. And when I boarded, I was going to Ethiopia, and I boarded the Kenyan Airways, I was very amazed. Even in Rwanda, they have an airline. And that is why it is important that the president gets this thing done. And the understanding is that it's on the way. Mr. Speaker, the president was very clear that we are remodeling the Terminal 2 and Terminal 3 together. Mr. Speaker, in the Africa region here, and somebody was telling me even Abuja cannot compare themselves to Terminal 3. It was President Mama who brought it. He's going to remodel it, and a 7 to 8 layer car park will all be there. And so the Terminal 2 will have the local and international linkages going through as well. But that is not the end. It was very clear that in improving the aviation sector, the aviation space, the Sunyani Airport is going to come on board, the Bolgatanga Airport is also going to come on board, and also the WA coming on board. So this is a man who is very truthful in his presentation. And I saw in the faces of our colleagues that we all nodding, with rapt attention. And that is why I said I want to thank the president, commend the president for that wonderful presentation. Mr. Speaker, these major roads that we talked about, one of the major roads for me, and I want to take the opportunity, a few minutes to talk about, is the Swami interchange. Some of our colleagues talked about it, and they were saying that it's been reduced from 4 to 3. It has not been reduced from 4 to 2. It has been reviewed, as it's been a proposal, to 3. The roundabout there is getting to everywhere. Then the second tier is the Swami to KJTR, and the third tier is Abrepo to Krofrom. It is the fourth tier that which has a challenge because it will impact on many properties in there. And that is why the outer ringway of Kumasi was introduced by President Mama. That is going to cost us, exactly, that innovative measure costing us over 4 billion. So you connect it that right down to, so over 4 billion Ghana cedis is invested in the Kumasi outer ring road. And that one, the Atia Junction, through to that is near, going to town of Dumasi and back to Obom to the N10. Mr. Speaker, that is what the president has for the country. I have 10 minutes. So, Mr. Speaker, the president was very clear. And some of the roads, that was very clear, Mr. Speaker. The 10 roads, the middle roads, some of them are Tepa, Mabain, Gwosu, Kumasi, Bypass, Swami Interchange I've talked about, Tema Outer Ring Road, Accra Flower Dualization, Cape Coast Takrade, my area dualization, and several, many more. So, if you visit the FM stations and you monitor the TV stations, I have never cited any negative comments on this ride. So I think that is something that we need to commend the president for that matter. Mr. Speaker, it is also important to note that the president also talked about modernizing the railways, the western and eastern railways to be modernized to be able to carry the ore, the Awaso, the manganese from Awaso and Yinini all to Takrade. But most important, Mr. Speaker, is also the bridges that has also been touched. The Kumasi Inner Ring Road Bridge, the Volivo Bridge, the Dambai Bridge, and Adoso Bridge have also been reported as going to be done and done properly. And of course, I talked about the toll road. By the end of the year, the toll road would have been brought to speed. Mr. Speaker, it is also important to know this. This is a man who is of truth. His nature is full of truthfulness. His nature, his disposition, everything of his is that we must be commended. We must commend him. Mr. Speaker, I say all about the transport sector. We are aware of the recent challenges. 300 buses have been procured, 100 of which will come in so soon, and to augment the freight system in the country. And I think that is something that we must all commend. And I've had an occasion to go to some FM stations with your people, and what they have told me is that this is something that we must all support and support appropriately. But of course, the railways, as we've talked about, is something that is up to speed, and we must all comment it accordingly. The ports and the 24-hour economy is also something that he talked about. Mr. Speaker, in concluding, I want to take the opportunity again to commend the President for that wonderful presentation. Thank you so very much.